Yo, 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 what's going on, guys? Joey Sugarmark is back here with another video for you guys. And guys, it's Saturday night, and I'm going to be giving you my game picks for Week 7 of the 2022 NFL season. So let's jump right on into it. Coming up with the first game, and we're getting started right away. We have the 2-4 Browns at the 3-3 Ravens. So the Browns definitely in a slump right now. They just got smoked by the Patriots last week, and they just haven't been playing well in general. Brissett has been off big time. Their running game has still been effective with Nick Chubb, but their defense has not been playing well either. And again, Brissett has just been off. Ravens, meanwhile, not much better, of course. Just another collapse last week against the Giants. Had the game in the bag, leading in the fourth quarter, and just could not hold on. And that's been the theme for the Ravens this year. Our losses have been when we've led for most of the game, and then we just sell in the end. So this is going to be an interesting game. Of course, first matchup with the Browns this week. This is a rivalry. I think both teams are in must-win mode. But I do think that when it comes to must-win games, I do think the Ravens are pretty good at winning in must-win games. You could have argued that last week was a must-win as well, but I do think that we have that going for us, and there's several developments for the Ravens injury front. So J.K. Dobbins actually kind of took a turn for the I shouldn't say for the worst, but we definitely did not get the news we were hoping for. So Harbaugh said his knee tightened up last week, but now he's actually going to have another surgery that's going to knock him out for 4 to 6 weeks. And there's question on whether or not he'll be able to come back in that time, and there's question on whether or not we'll play him again, because clearly we brought him back too soon and his knee did not respond very well. So where we will be without Dobbins for a little while, unfortunately. So prayers up to Dobbins and hope he recovers soon. Meanwhile, finally, it sounds like Gus Edwards is coming back tomorrow. We'll see. But my understanding is he's ready to play, and he's going to play tomorrow. Still no Tyus Bowser, still no David Ojabo, but they're working their way back, and they're pretty close, I think. So Edwards, I think, should be back tomorrow. I don't think he'll get a big workload because we have Kenyon Drake and Justice Hill will be back this week as well. And then there's question on whether or not Rashad Bateman and Justin Houston will be back. I think Houston will be back, and then Bateman remains to be seen. But I'm hopeful that we'll get some guys back. But we also got to remember that it's the short week, and I think that that's going to play a big role into who plays tomorrow and like the limited snaps, because we do have the short week because we play on Thursday night against Tampa Bay, so we got to be mindful of that. But I do think that despite all of that, we are in must-win mode. We're at home. The Browns are really not playing well right now. So I think we're going to get this win. It's going to be a sloppy game. I think both teams are going to have kind of some rough moments, but I'm going to go with the Ravens here, guys, 24-17. Next game, guys, we have the 3-3 Buccaneers at the 1-5 Panthers. So the Bucs, skidding right now as well. They're 3-3. They just lost to the Steelers last week. They did not play well offensively at all. Panthers, meanwhile, are far worse. They can't win a game right now. I don't know. I think what was their one win? Was it against the Saints? I don't even know. But the Panthers suck, and they've also been shopping a lot of guys this week. They traded Robbie Anderson to the Cardinals and then traded Christian McCaffrey to the 49ers. So they traded 2 of their stars, and there's rumors that they're going to trade Brian Burns as well. And then, of course, they have DJ Moore. For now, my understanding is they don't want to trade either of them, and it's going to take a lot for them to shop one of them. But, I think they kind of said the same thing about McCaffrey, and they did shop him. So Burns and DJ Moore could be on the move, so we got to keep that in mind. But anyways, it's in Carolina, but the Bucs, another team that's in must-win mode right now. They're going to be pissed after that loss last week, so I think the Bucs should be able to win this game pretty easily. Give me the Bucs winning this game, guys, 31-10. Next game, guys, we have the 3-3 Falcons and the 3-3 Bengals. So the Falcons are impressing me, actually. They are really hanging in there. They've had some nice matchups. They have played well on occasion. They beat I think it was the 49ers last week pretty single-handedly. They had a lead and they actually didn't blow it for a change. And they're 3-3. I mean, that's not horrible. Bengals, meanwhile, back and forth, crazy game last week against the Saints. Looked like they were going to lose, but they came up big in the end, and the Bengals were able to pull it out. So of course, before the season started, you'd think, the Bengals were going to crush them. But no, I don't think that's going to be the case here. And the Falcons are a team that they will hang with you. They will give you a hard time, and they will hang with you. But at the same time, the Bengals generally close games out well, and it's in Cincinnati. I do think the Bengals are the better all-around team, and I think it's going to be close. I think the Falcons are going to hang with them, but I think the Bengals are going to pull away from them in the end. So give me the Bengals winning this game, guys, 27-24, but I think it's going to be a good game. Next game, guys, we have the 1-4 Lions at the 4-2 Cowboys. So the Lions have been a disappointment so far this year. I mean, they're 1-4, and they got smoked by the Patriots 2 weeks ago. I don't even know who they lost to last week, but the Lions have not been great. Cowboys, meanwhile, are hanging in there. They did lose to the Eagles last week, but it was the Eagles. I'm not sure if Prescott is back. I don't think he is because I haven't heard much, so I'm assuming it's still Cooper Rush. So assuming that's the case, there's still a lot of pieces on that Cowboys team. Their offensive line's obviously banged up, but, they got CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup. When they're healthy, they're very, very good. And then defensively, they've gotten much, much better. They got, of course, Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, Dexter Lawrence, and what was his name? DeMarcus Lawrence, excuse me. And the other guy, Trayvon Diggs, of course, and Leighton Vander Esch, who's been playing better. He was really good to start his career, then he kind of had a couple down years, I think, and now he's playing better again this year. But regardless, this is a great opportunity for the Cowboys to get a bounce-back win after losing last week. They're at home. The Lions kind of suck. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys winning this game, guys, 30-13. Next game, guys, we have the 5-1 Giants at the 2-4 Jaguars. So the Giants, man, they are really, really impressive. They are the surprise of the year this year. They should have lost last week to the Ravens, of course, but hey, they hung in there, and as I said, congrats to them. They hung in there. They wanted the game more, and they got it. There's still flaws with the team. It's not like they're invincible by any means, but they are playing pretty good football right now. Saquon Barkley, when he's healthy, he's very, very good. He's banged up. As far as I know, he's playing, but he is pretty banged up. Shoulder, knee, all of that. And then defensively, they've been playing better as well. Leonard Williams returned last week. I think they got some other guys returning from injury as well. The Jaguars, meanwhile, got off to kind of a quirky start after they smoked the Chargers, and I think it was week 3. But now they've kind of fallen off, and just a reminder, the Jaguars aren't good. It's in Jacksonville, but the Giants, man, they are playing with a lot of heart right now. They're playing with a lot of confidence, and if they can beat the Ravens and the Packers, I think they can definitely beat the Jaguars. So I'm going to go with the Giants winning this game, guys. Let's go with the Giants 31-17. Next game, guys, we have the 3-2-1 Colts at the 3-2 Titans. AFC South showdown. This should be a pretty good game. So the Colts are starting to turn a corner. They got off to a pretty rough start, but they're starting to play better. They've had injuries, of course, Jonathan Taylor, Nyheim Hines. I think their offensive line has been banged up as well. But despite all that, they're making a nice little comeback here. The same can be said for the Titans. They started off 0-2. They've won 3 in a row. Looking at their record, they're 3-2, and we're heading into week 7. So I guess they've already had a bye. I think they're coming off the bye, if I'm not mistaken. It's in Tennessee, and that makes a big difference. I feel like the Colts-Titans games are really dependent on location. Colts, I think, a lot of times win the battle when it's at their place, and then vice versa. But it has been, there have been some parodies as well. So it's in Tennessee. I think the Titans are going to get this win. Again, I think my understanding is that they're coming off the bye. That gave them some time to get healthy and kind of regroup. And of course, Henry, when healthy, is very, very hard to stop. The Colts are inconsistent. So give me the Titans winning this game, guys. Let's go with Tennessee 31-28. Should be a very good game, though. Next game, guys, we have the 3-3 Packers at the 2-4 Commanders. So the Packers have looked very, very sloppy the past couple weeks. They kind of choked to the Giants, and then, again, no slander from me, because the Ravens did the same thing, but then they kind of got manhandled by the Jets last week. That was really surprising to me. The Jets came into Lambeau and kind of spanked them. It was 27-10, I think, and the Jets won pretty easily. So, the Packers have got to regroup. But they're playing the Commanders, and I think this is a good opportunity for them to get a bounce-back win. The Commanders suck. 2-4, and I think Carson Wentz is out for a while, too. He's got I think it's a finger fracture or a hand thing. He's going to have surgery. He'll be out for a while. So no Carson Wentz. I don't even know. Is it still Heineke who's their backup? I don't even know. But regardless, it's in Washington, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. The Packers are in must-win mode. They know that they need to regroup after back-to-back losses. So give me the Packers winning this game, guys. Let's go with Green Bay, 27-17. Next game, guys, we have the 4-2 Jets at the 2-4 Broncos. So the Jets are another team that is overperforming so far. I did actually expect the Jets to be a lot better this year. I think that they had a really good draft, and they have a lot of young, raw talent. It's just a matter of if they can collaborate and play well as a team. And I kind of expected them to get off to a rough start, but then finish strong. I thought they would be a nice second half team, but they're starting to pull it together even early. They, of course, lost week 1 of the Ravens, but they have been turning it on, and they again just went into Green Bay and stunned the Packers. The Broncos, meanwhile, have been the complete opposite. They have been, it's been rough going for them all year. And to make matters worse, I'm still going to say it to make matters worse. Russell Wilson is not going to play tomorrow. He's dealing with a hamstring injury that he could not push through. I think he also is dealing with like a fracture in his shoulder that he might have to get surgery on. So Wilson, not himself, and he's not going to play tomorrow. I don't even know who their backup is. And I know Wilson's been playing pretty poorly, but you definitely would not prefer a random backup over him. It's in Denver. The Broncos play much better at home than on the road, but I got to go with the Jets here, guys. The Jets are playing with a lot of passion right now. They're hot. The Broncos are cold, and they're without their starting quarterback. So I'm going to go with the Jets winning this game, guys. Let's go with the Jets 24-20. It should be a good game, though. Next game, guys, we have the 1-3-1 Texans at the 1-4 Raiders. So I think the Raiders are coming off the bye as well. Texans, obviously not good, no surprise. I think they still have David Mills as their quarterback, sophomore year. They got some guys, but they're just generally not a very good team. They're kind of in rebuild mode. The Raiders, meanwhile, of course, they have had a lot of close losses, so I do think they're better than their record indicates, but they're not playing well as a team right now. And, of course, they absolutely should have won that Monday night game against Kansas City, but they let the game slip away from them. And then for Davante Adams, I know there was all that drama after the game because he, pushed the camera guy, and apparently he filed, a lawsuit against him. I don't know if Adams got, formally disciplined. I don't think he did, but there's still some investigations ongoing. But as far as I know, he's eligible to play in this game. It's in Las Vegas, which helps, and for that reason, I think the Raiders will get this win. They play much better at home than on the road, so I think the Raiders are going to win this game, guys. Give me LV winning this game 34-17. Next game, guys, we have the 3-3 Seahawks at the 4-2 Chargers. So the Seahawks, 3-3, they're kind of hanging on by a little thread, I guess you could say. Chargers, meanwhile, are starting to pick it up again. They got off to a little bit of a cool start, but they've been playing better. They're still inconsistent, especially Justin Herbert. When they're on, they're on. When they're off, they're off. But again, another team to play much better at home than on the road. With the Chargers being at home here, I think they should be able to win this game. So give me the Chargers winning this one, guys. 31-20. Next game, guys, we have the 4-2 Chiefs at the 3-3 49ers. So the Chiefs, let's see, they 4-2. They just are coming off a loss to the Bills, and a rare occasion where Mahomes kind of sold. He threw 2 picks, and that last pick came in the final minutes. Actually, on the game-winning drive, they were trying to take the lead, and Mahomes threw a game-sealing pick. Very much unlike him, but it happens to the best of them. So it's in San Francisco. The Niners, of course, had a big acquisition this week, getting Christian McCaffrey. Then again, McCaffrey is very, very good, but I don't think that running back was exactly the biggest need for the Niners. I don't really know who their running backs are. I don't even know if Mostert's still there. He's been dealing with a ton of injuries as well. But the Niners, they're hanging on. Of course, it's still Garoppolo as the quarterback because Lance is out. It is in San Francisco, which helps. The Niners' defense, when healthy, is very good, but I think the Chiefs are going to get this win. They're very much eager for a bounce-back win after losing last week to the Bills. So I think Kansas City is going to get this win, guys. I don't trust Jimmy Garoppolo to win the battle. I think when the pressure is on him, he does not do very well. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs winning this one. A little bit of a lower-scoring game, though. Give me the Chiefs 23-17. And guys, this is our Sunday night football game. We have the 2-4 Steelers at the 3-3 Dolphins. So the Steelers, 2-4, not very good, but they are coming off a nice win against the Bucks last week. They're feeling pretty good about that. They were at home and they pulled off an upset. They really dominated the Bucks defensively. Dolphins, meanwhile, 3-3, definitely cooled off after a hot start. Again, though, definitely a large chunk of that was because of injuries. Of course, Tua Tagovailoa went down, and then Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill have been dealing with injuries as well. But I think they're kind of back. Health-wise, I think Waddle and Hill are healthier, and I think Tagovailoa is back tomorrow night. That's my understanding. Of course, just prayers that he can stay healthy, and hopefully he can be protected well. With it being in Miami and the Dolphins definitely needing to bounce back a little bit. I know the Steelers did get that nice win against the Bucks, but I still think that the Dolphins are the better team. I think they're healthier now. So I think the Dolphins will win this game on Sunday Night Football. Give me Miami pulling this one out. Let's go with Miami 24-14. All right, guys, this is our last game here, our Monday Night Football game. We have the 2-4 Bears at the 3-3 Patriots. So the Bears are pretty bad, of course. They got some power, but they've also traded some guys. They might move Roquan Smith before the deadline, too. I've heard rumors about that. Fields has not been playing well at all. He's also been dealing with some injuries. Their defense is not remotely the same. Patriots, meanwhile, have been playing a lot better. They got off to a 1-3 start, but they have been doing a lot better lately. And they're also at home, which helps. Still no Mac Jones, but Bailey Zappa, has been leading the charge, and he's actually been playing really well. He played great against Cleveland last week, and the Patriots went into Cleveland and dominated. So I think that the Patriots are going to get this win again and move on to 4-3. I don't think they're very good, but they're at home. They're playing a bad team, and Zappa is coming off his best game. So I think the Patriots are going to get this win. Give me New England winning this game, guys. 31-14. And guys, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to our channel if you are new. And I am out. Have a great night. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see what Week 7 brings us. Go Ravens, and I will see you guys tomorrow after the Ravens game.